Uber rides that used to cost 40 Ghana cedis. My sister had to take an Uber from here today. It was like 40 Ghana cedis. Now the Uber is like 101 Ghana cedis, man. It just does not benefit people that are here to a very large extent. So me personally, I was excited about it. Like, oh, we're getting an influx, we're getting interest, we need investment, the economy needs to turn around. This is exactly what we need. Black people to come to Ghana to make Ghana, you know, this top African country that people would look at and be like, okay, this is like a shiny beacon of what an African country can look like. But boy, was I wrong. It is 7:43 a.m. Today is Thursday, January 5th, and I'm on my way to work. Okay, people, my name is Nana Shanti. I'm a business content creator living in Accra, Ghana. For the new people, I used to live in New York for many years, and I moved to Accra, Ghana. Now I have been here for almost 4 years now. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about December in Ghana, the phenomenon, and why it needs to end immediately. When it needs to come to an end. For those of you that have been living under a rock or don't have social media or just you're a Luddite, I don't know what's going on with you. But there is something called December in Ghana, aka Dirty December, that is going on, and people are just unhappy. When I say people, I mean people that actually live in Ghana hate Dirty December. I have died.
Let me tell you what. Let me get charged towards my driver negotiated everything for me, including my rate at the washing pole. The roads have
now. In a lot of African communities, I've realized, I don't know if other people, you know, whatever your culture is, just write it below so that we'll know maybe something that you guys also do. In December, most people take their kids, their family members, everybody like packs up everything and goes to the village for, you know, Christmas, for whatever. And Ghana is a predominantly Christian country. It's supposed to be a secular country, but now everybody claims to be Christian pretty much. So it's a deeply Christian country. So a lot of people used to leave the cities, go to the towns, their hometowns, villages, wherever, to have a good time in December. Now, in 2019, something happened. What happened in 2019? In 2019, the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, said that he declared the year of return. Now, if you know anything about Ghana, Ghana has always been the gateway to Africa. If you want to like start touring Africa or know what Africa is really about, you start from Ghana. That has always been the case back in the day, in the 1950s. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and co used to invite all these black figureheads from around the world. I'm talking Dubois has lived here. Maya Angelou has lived here. We've had... I can't even remember, like, so many black leaders have been to Ghana. Some of them have lived here. They built homes here. Rita Mali has properties here. It has always been a place of, like, black utopia. Black people usually just come here from around the world and they're able to create what kind of reality of Africa that they would want. So it's nothing new. Now, in 2019, Nana Akufo-Addo declared it a year of return. So there were thousands and thousands of people, especially Americans, that came to Ghana. Of course, we've had these days everybody. I met somebody from Guinea who came to Ghana for Dirty December. I don't understand what's going on, but everybody that's part of the African diaspora kind of convenes in Ghana in December. It was more of a cultural experience and people wanted to see what Africa was about, and people that had never been, it was their first time. It was so great, right? And then 2020 came, people still came to Ghana, but at that point you couldn't travel, you couldn't move around, so they were more concentrated in the urban areas, especially the capital of Accra. Now, in 2021, we started seeing that it was shifting from this cultural Africa, let me touch my motherland thing, to now it's party city, it's Ibiza, It's South Beach, Miami during spring break. It's just Croatia. It has just turned into a party city. It has turned into a party city. Now, the problem with Ghana turning into this tourist site is that it just does not benefit people that are here to a very large extent. Now, I'll explain that. What we're seeing now is that people sharing all these videos. I can't tell you how many videos I have seen of, oh, I had the best day of my life ever in Ghana.
I have died a total of 6 times while I have been here in Accra. It is not for the weak.
10 tips for you to use when you come to Ghana.
If you come to Ghana in December, you need to have a driver, and let me tell you why.
And like, this is how I moved from Toronto to Ghana.
A list of random things you should know about December in Ghana if you plan on going next year.
Follow me from Schiphol, Amsterdam Airport to Kutaka. Like, so much content about coming to Ghana. Like, I'm a big fan of coming to Ghana. You guys see my channel, all you'll see is me talking about moving to Ghana, doing business in Ghana, do this in Ghana, buy land in Ghana, buy a house in Ghana. But I'm all about that stuff. So me personally, I was excited about it. Like, oh, we're getting an influx, we're getting interest, we need investment, the economy needs to turn around. This is exactly what we need. Black people to come to Ghana to make Ghana, you know, this top African country that people would look at and be like, okay, this is like a shiny beacon of what an African country can look like. But boy, was I wrong. You guys have turned Ghana into a drinking spot. You guys have turned Ghana into a drinking spot. Every day, somebody is downing bottles of stuff, drinking shots, somebody's eating watching by the roadside. It's funny to me because, like, what happened? This was supposed to be a cultural experience. What has happened? God, like, this is not what we said. This is not what it was supposed to be. The kind of ridiculousness that has been happening in Ghana in December, I mean, you should go and see the tweets. Let me just put them up here so you guys can read it and see that Nana is not losing her mind. I'm not going crazy. But I just hate this for us so much. I hate it for us. I really do, because what you guys are doing, that's not what we asked y'all to do. Today, as I speak to you, Dave Chappelle is having a show in Ghana, and the show is exclusive invite. If you don't get an invite, you're not going to the show. And that's what happens when you come into a country and create a system that kind of like makes the local people kind of oppressed. Like, you're kind of cutting them out. And people over here love Dave Chappelle. I didn't even know this. I didn't know people even love Dave Chappelle over here. He's not my favorite, but people love Dave Chappelle, and everybody was like so excited. Okay, finally, it's not in December, it's in January. It's something that we can actually go to. And then when I hear about it, y'all just cut the access to the tickets to the point that you're only inviting people that you know, or people that are sort of like industry players. So you guys have just created a city in a city, pretty much. And the name of the city is December in Ghana. And then there's Accra, and there's like 15 other regions that nobody's going to, nobody's touching. The furthest y'all going is Cape Coast Castle. Nobody's going beyond Ghana. Nobody's seeing Ghana for what it is. You guys have just created like 5 miles in the middle of the city, and that's where you're doing all your events, all your parties, all your whatever. And I just hate that for us. I really do. Why am I yelling? I need to calm down, because I need to calm down, because this is not what we asked y'all to do. As I was editing this video, I saw the social media was in an uproar, so I went to check. Now tell me why.
US rapper Meek Mill, who has spent the whole of December in Ghana, decided to shoot a music video at the seat of the president in the Jubilee House in the presidential palace, a place where I, as a content creator, and all other creators in Ghana are not allowed to shoot there. We're not allowed to fly drones. We're not allowed to visit. Journalists are not allowed to go in there without proper accreditation. In fact, some people have been beaten because it's considered a security zone. People have been harassed for daring to even stand in front of it. Why is this allowed? A terrible song, terrible video. Why would he be allowed to dress like that with his friends and go do that in our president's palace? For what?
This is not what we asked for. So for the local people, what I will tell you is that instead of getting mad, Nana Akufo-Addo has maybe 2 more years to be president. Probably the next government might not want to continue this whole year of return beyond the return December in Ghana thing, because African politicians have a history of not continuing what their predecessors did. He would want to come up with his own initiative, and we don't know what that's going to look like, whoever he is. But Nana Akufo-Addo is not going to be president. This is his last term. He can't run again. So I would advise y'all to come up with things that you could do for the November, December, January period when tourists are in Ghana. Think about something in hospitality you do. I had an event in 2019. I had another one in 2021. This year I have my shop, so I've been like super busy. I had some of the girls that came last year asking me why I didn't do it this year. I just didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't have the time to do it. I would definitely do it next year. You know, people want to come and add some cultural element to it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Add some cultural elements to it. You guys come to Ghana, you go to concerts, you don't know one song, you don't know one Afrobeat song, you don't know one high life song, you don't know nothing. Like, and some of you are so anti-black and just rude to Africans. It's so disgusting. I had this one experience at Afrochella. This ignorant, idiotic American women, like just so stupid, so dumb, like just got into an argument about something really silly, and because you don't understand African culture, like this girl just proceeded to like mimic an African accent, like trying to get into an argument. It was so disgusting to see, because you came here to a country on a continent that is not the one that you're from, but for some reason you're trying to mold it to be like an experience that you already have. This is a completely different place. So this is also to the tourists and people that have seen all the parties and all the drinking and the eating and the let me go get my hair braided and I got a haircut for $5 and like y'all so excited about that. That's like great, but show some respect and some grace to the fact that you're not in Europe, you're not in whatever countries that you go for vacation, you're in Africa. Africa is different. I don't know if it's the drinking that's clouding people's judgment. There's been a lot of like anti-African, anti-black things going on. I'm just like, I want better for all of us. I want better for all black people across the continent, across the diaspora. If you're gonna come to Ghana, you learn some things about Ghana. You're not better than anybody. You don't come here and just be rude. Just rude to service people, rude to Uber drivers, rude to people that are serving you. Just like rude and like have no regard. Your Airbnb hosts are complaining on the internet. Like everybody's just like wondering like what happened to Ghana? What happened? Like next year, for the next 2 years, guys, like I think for the next 2 years minimum, we're gonna see more people coming to Ghana in December. People started coming to Ghana in November, okay? Because people started emailing me about I'm in Ghana in November. So I know it's gonna keep going on. I am parked in front of my shop, so I'm gonna go to work. But I'm just gonna say this, like, if you wanna come, I encourage you, but make sure like your experience is more holistic than just whatever it is that December in Ghana and Dirty December is preaching right now. this version of it needs to die quickly so that other things can actually be made, other things can actually be promoted. You know, like it's a joy though, seeing like, you know, mostly like 99% black people convening at a place, having a great time, meeting people, doing stuff. Like, it's great. I just want y'all to do things that I'm not just drinking. That's all I ask. All right. So I will see you guys in my next video. My name is Ana Ashanti. Look through my channel. Might give you some business ideas that you could do in Ghana, in Africa. It could jog something in your brain. It could make you want to move here. It can make you want to change your life and do so many other things. You can email me any day, nanashantiinfo@gmail.com. I'm very responsive. And I'll catch you in my next video. Take care. Bye.